Welcome. In this playthrough of Marvel United, we have Captain Marvel, Hulk, and Iron Man taking on Ultron. Down at the table, I've already randomly selected all of our locations, have our civilians and thugs on each of those, and we have our missions out in place. For our villain, we've got Ultron. He'll be coming in with 8 health on him. For his BAM ability, we'll be adding 3 thugs to Ultron's location and deal 1 damage to each hero there. For overflow, if a civilian or thug token can't be added to a location, add that token to the next location clockwise instead. And his villainous plot, which is one of our ways to lose. When all locations are fully occupied by civilians or thugs, the heroes lose. So that sounds like it's going to be a bit difficult. So then we'll place his 6 threat cards out, starting with the shield carrier down here. So we've got the Ultron virus. Heroes starting their turn in this location must ignore 1 action symbol of their choice. Up at the police headquarters, we've got an Ultron clone. He's got 4 health, and he'll activate with the BAM. Add a thug to this location. Heroes in this location may prevent this effect if each of them takes 1 damage. We won't live long if we let that happen. Up at Avengers Tower, duplication. When Ultron jumps on this space, we add a thug in this location. Then Stark Labs, got another Ultron virus. Then Avengers Mansion, another Ultron clone. And over in Times Square, another duplication. So for his starting space, we'll roll randomly here, starting with a 1. So he's going to end up in 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Over here with his clone. So we'll take a closer look at him first. So there's the miniature. And that means our heroes are going to start over at the police headquarters with Iron Man, Captain Marvel, and the Hulk. So I've got all 3 of our hero decks shuffled up in here. So we'll start off by drawing 5 cards. So we've got Marvel with a heroic. A wild. Hulk with 2 punches. Marvel with 2 wilds. Hulk with a heroic. And Marvel with 1 wild. And Ultron starts us off. So once again, the way we lose is if we go to draw a card from here and we can't. If we go to draw a card from here and we don't have any cards in our hand, we'll lose. In solo mode, if you discard the last card in your hand, you'll lose. And of course, we have the villainous plot if all these locations get full of civilians and thugs. So starting off, Ultron is going to not move and use his BAM ability. So he's going to add 3 thugs to his location. 1, 2, and it's full, and this moves over. No heroes for him to go after. Then we're going to add a thug to this location. Heroes in this location may prevent this effect if each of them takes 1 damage. So adds 1 there, moves over this way. At least there's no damage. So adding a thug here. And just like that, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces left open. So we're going to start with Hulk smashing. Well, punching twice at least. Take 2 health off the Ultron clone. Well, we do get to draw a card first. Then we'll play that. Then we will draw a card, getting Marvel with a move and heroic. And we're going to play Hulk again. So he's got 4 punches. We're going to use 2 here. Just takes care of this clone. So we'll move this threat marker over there. He's got 2 more punches left. Take care of 2 thugs. Then drawing an Iron Man card with 2 wilds. I think we're going to bring Captain Marvel into this. Use her move to go to the shield helicarrier. Heroic here. And then punching twice with the Hulk. And ending her turn. Oh yes, and at the end of the Hulk's turn earlier, we may discard one thug from any location. And we'll just pick this one. That officially ends our round. We'll put these in order to make room for Ultron's next turn. So mesmerize. He's not moving. Give one crisis token to each hero in Ultron's location and adjacent ones. So we got lucky there. Then place a thug in each location without heroes. So we've got heroes here. Get a thug up there. One there. Can't fit here, so it goes here. Then this one can't fit here, so it goes over here. And back to us for 3 rounds. Drawing an Iron Man card with 2 punches on it. We're going to choose Captain Marvel. She's starting here with the virus, so she must ignore one action symbol of her choice, which is going to be her move. So she'll have a heroic and 2 wilds. Heroic, use a wild for the other one to get rid of this. And then we've got another wild, which we're going to use to punch a thug with. Then Hulk is going to come in with a wild. But we are going to play Iron Man. So we're going to have 4 wilds to use this turn. We are going to move for 1, and the other 3 are going to be to take care of this location. So we're 3 out of 4 on the threat meter. We may search our deck for 1 card and set it aside, then shuffle our deck and place that card on top. So I might want to distribute to see, she can blast from adjacent locations. Let's see. I think I'm going to end up taking Hulk Smash here. Dealing damage to everything else in this location. Discard all civilians there. So we'll go ahead and shuffle. And this goes on top. Then we're going to draw a card and get to play one. And I think we are going to have him go smashing. So he's got a move, 2 wilds, and a smash. We'll use his move to go here. Use a wild for another move. Then use his ability to deal 1 damage to everything else in his location. 1, 2, 3. Then we still have a wild left, which we will use here. These guys were discarded. And that will end his turn. So our heroes are going to be done. Ultron is going to mesmerize. Give 1 crisis token to each hero in Ultron's location and adjacent ones. So Hulk is going to get a crisis token. Then we place a thug in each location without heroes. So no heroes here, so this moves over. We're good, good. 1 there. Good there. Go to place 1 there, but we can't, so it comes this direction. Now we get 3 turns. The Hulk has a movement and a punch. We're going to use Iron Man with his 2 punches there. So he also has a move. We're going to move this direction. That's going to trigger that. Maybe I'll wait. All right. We use Captain Marvel instead for wild, so she'll move and use the wild for heroic. Then drawing a card into a double punch, which will work perfectly for us. We'll play that again. So wild and 2 punches. So use the wild here to get rid of duplication. Which does finish this mission. So we move these down. So the villain acts after every 2 hero cards. So getting ready to act. But we are going to do 2 punches to take care of these 2, which is going to trigger this one. Which means the villain is now vulnerable to damage. And end of our turn, we may rescue 1 civilian from this location, but there's none there. All right, so we're done with our turns now since he's activating after every 2. Ultron's going to move 2 and then do a bam. 1, 2. 3 thugs come out and they fit on the shield helicarrier. No heroes here for him to damage. And then here, adding a thug to this location. Heroes in this location may be prevented, but we're not. So that's full, comes over to Times Square. So now we just need to beat up Ultron. So drawing a card, we've got Iron Man with 2 punches. We have Captain Marvel with 2 punches, so we need a move. And Hulk has movement. So he's going to move over here. He's got 3 punches. 1, 2, 3. So we're done with that. Drawing a card. Iron Man with 2 heroics. We're going to use Hulk again with the wild. So he's got a move, punch, and a wild. So we're going to punch for 1. Use the wild for a punch. Then move over here. End of turn. You may discard 1 thug from any location. We'll just choose this one. Then Ultron's going to activate. So he's not moving at all. He's going to use a ray, dealing damage to each hero for each crisis token they have. Then 1 hero of your choice takes 1 crisis token. So we gave this to Hulk. And I guess it doesn't matter who it was on. We are going to have to deal 1 damage to ourselves, which means we need to discard a card in hand. Being heroic's not going to be helpful. So we will get rid of the Hulk's 1 heroic. Then 1 hero of her choice, which doesn't matter, gets a crisis token. So drawing a card and playing a card. So we will go ahead and play that. So she's got 2 punches and a wild. She's going to move with the wild and punch twice. Then draw a card, and we're playing a card. Captain Marvel for the win. Wild and 2 punches, but it only takes 1 to knock down Ultron. So Marvel, Hulk, and Iron Man were more than capable of taking down Ultron. So to make the game more difficult, there are 3 challenges we can do. For a moderate challenge, when set up, each player removes the card with just 1 wild in it from their hero deck. So we'd go through and find 1 of these and get rid of it from each of our hero decks. For a hard challenge, we'd do the same thing, except we'd go for the one with 2 wilds, which I think we may have used or not. So we'd find 1 of those from each of the decks and remove. And then for the heroic level, each player removes both their 1 and 2 wild cards from the hero deck. So that's how you make the game more difficult if needed. And as always, I hope you enjoyed this playthrough. So please click on the like button below and be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.